Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. But back again, talking Brewers baseball. Of course, this is what we do every day. 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time is our upload time. We also do Saturday lives at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to check out any of the live action, we try and post ahead of time that we are going to be live. Saturdays is kind of just a give me. So if you want to support the show, you can go over to patreon.com/Miller Park Minute. You can also join down below on the YouTube link, and you get special bonus content, extra things, the ability to chat with me on a regular basis. Those are all perks and benefits. So we got a lot to talk about, some injury news, some power rankings, and of course tonight's loss to the Phillies, unfortunately. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So this game started off in not the best fashion. Give up a run first inning, give up a run second inning, give up a run third inning, went scoreless, and then we scored 2 runs, and we gave up another run. And so really the bad here is Nola had a good outing against us, and Nola's been kind of bad. Nola's ERA is actually at a 4.27. So Nola went 7 1/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, striking out 6. We allowed a homer to Kyle Schwarber. Not a good thing. And Julio Teheran was just downright ugly tonight, only going 4 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned, walking 2, striking out 3, and giving up a long ball. So the good, obviously, the bullpen still shut down. McGill came in, Uribe, and Mejia. So we used a few different guys, but they all did their jobs, put zeros up on the board, gave us an opportunity to score. Another downright ugly of this game is we did have 4 hits with the 3 runs scored. We did have opportunities with men on base late that we just couldn't cash in on. We actually closed the game on a couple bad bounces, couple things that just didn't go our way. It's a one run game, so that happens. Christian Yelich did have an 0-for. Contreras had an 0-for. Adames had an 0-for. Jesse Winker had an 0-for. Owen Miller had an 0-for. All the main guys really had an 0-for today. Turing did have one. Weimer 0-for. So when the guys aren't hitting, we aren't going to score runs. Just how it goes. Struck out only 7 times. Not terrible, but still not good. Just a clunker. We are still in first place in the NL Central, 52-43, and the Phillies are 52-42. So if we take a look around the scoreboard, so tonight the only games that are still active in the scores in the NL Central that we care about is the Reds. The Reds are currently losing 11-10 to the Giants, and that game is in the bottom of the 8th. So let's pull for the Giants tonight. The Cubs put a walloping on the Nationals, beating them 17-3. The Cardinals beat the Marlins 5-2. And the Pittsburgh Pirates lost 10-1 to the Guardians tonight. So those are the scores around the National League as of this moment. Could change tomorrow, obviously. Well, one of the most crucial. Obviously, the Reds are on our tail. So that's the most important one that we see. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, too, was the injuries. And as you guys all know, yesterday I didn't do an episode. I didn't talk baseball yesterday. I didn't actually had date night with the wife, so I took a night off. and put a little piece out about a movie I saw. So if you haven't yet, go back and watch that video. Just some raw, true thoughts, and yeah, we're gonna move into the injury report here, and we've got some new news, some breaking news. Brandon Woodruff is to begin his rehab assignment at High A, Wisconsin on Saturday. So he is going to get started and get working. I think that's good. It says manager Craig Counsell said Woodruff will need to make at least 3 rehab starts. The exact number will be determined by the right-hander, how the right-hander responds. Given the extended layoff Brandon would need to build back before rejoining Milwaukee's rotation. So we're still looking, according to everything, probably the beginning to middle of August. So we got a little ways on Woody. Wade Miley was the announced injury yesterday, so the latest in a slew of injuries. They recalled Trevor McGill, who got in tonight's action. His left elbow is the problem. So he's obviously got a long career going. He's older for a pitcher. Hopefully this will be a minor setback. Miley's kind of a tough cookie, so hopefully he'll get right back in it in the next few weeks. I'm saying late July, so he could just do what he did last time and work it out and be back real quick. Brian Anderson back. He's still unsure. Last updated July 16th, so 2 days ago. Just tweaked his lower back. So back injuries are tough. They, obviously we've seen them with Yelly, and we know how those things go. Rowdy Tellez is expected mid-August. Bennett Souza, we don't have a date on, and that was updated June 9th. Obviously, we just talked about Woody. We're still waiting to hear anything really on Justin Wilson. Basically, Counsell's notes on it where this was an injury that caused him to miss a year. They're thinking end of July for Justin Wilson. Ashby is actually starting to get some work, get some throwing sessions going on. They're going to bring him up with the team when they get back home and get him reacclimated. And basically, it's to be determined what's going to happen with him yet. So Darren Ruff, early August at the earliest. No real timetable on that. Garrett Mitchell is now saying a late September at the absolute earliest. This is an updated status. I don't think I saw this before, and I'm kind of confused on it, but that's what we've got with those injuries and those updates. So some of those things are bleak. Obviously, I think this leans to where we need maybe a middle, maybe an infielder. Corner infielder could play third or first base. Still think we need relief pitching, but that's always, it'll be able to see what we can get and see if we can get some bats in the trade deadline. We actually talked about trades last week. We're going to talk about trades again this week. I'm going to do some more in-depth breakdowns on some specific people I think we should trade for. They'll be shorter videos, not long. But that's stuff we got to talk about in the future. They signed 2 of the draft picks. Personally, I don't care. I mean, we ain't going to see them anytime soon, so it doesn't really matter at this juncture. But I mean, it's still good to know that they're getting their draft signings going through. The big piece here that I think we need to look at is we We've still got Ray going against the Phillies, and we've got Burns. Both of those starters have been relatively good. Burns is kind of our number one right now, and he's had a lot better outings as of late. So, but at this juncture, we're still in first place, still ahead of Cincinnati. Just need them to finish off and lose this game this evening. Now I'm going to go out on a soapbox here because this just popped into my head while I was thinking about this podcast and what I do here every day and how I talk and how I speak about the Brewers' top 9. Giants are still up 1 run over Cincinnati. So one of the things, I do apologize if my voice is a little scratchier tonight. I throat issue today. One of the things I pride myself in every day is trying to put the best product forward and talk to you guys and kind of give you the information and talk about things that you guys want to hear about. I do speak in a positive light. That's part of this show. I will never be forwarded for not. But when you see a big show, one of the biggest shows actually in the Brewer stratosphere right now is Locked On Brewers. Those guys pump a lot of advertising. It's just the company that it is. And they've ratcheted through hosts year after year. I mean, it goes from Dom to Brandon to now Chuck Freeman. I've got Bart Winkler mixed up. But the thing about that show, like, Dom was really good because he always put a positive spin. And anytime Dom's been on my show with me, he's kind of pulled me out of the negative and put the positive spin and kind of was a big inspiration for that. Chuck Freeman did a collab episode with the guy from Locked On Phillies today, and it was just an atrocity. It was a train wreck. Everything that Chuck said about the team was bad. You know, he didn't have a boastful bone in his body. Now, I'm going to do an in-depth dive this week on the pros and cons of the beginning of this first chunk of the season. But I know there's a portion of my audience out there that likes to look at the negative and lives in that mindset and that mentality. And I just, life is too short, guys. We don't need to bring out every negative stat and every, let's focus on the good, the positives. We are first place team right now. We have been first or second place for the majority of this season. And to Chuck, I'm sure Chuck doesn't listen to any other show. He rattles off his show and does it. But to Chuck, buddy, just drink a little bit of the Kool-Aid, bud. That being said, let's get into the power rankings. I'm sorry I had to soapbox and trash on somebody else, but if you want positive shows, go over to Wisco Fanatics. They do a good positive take. There's a lot of positive shows out there, and I don't think, and this is part of why, originally before Catronio was on Locked On, I thought I could smash the hell out of Locked On. And then, I still think Locked On gives good information, but I think at the same time it spins it way too negative. And it's always kind of been my background goal that Locked On is no longer number one, and the Miller Park Minute takes over that. Because I want to put good information out, and I want to be better than I want you guys to enjoy the information here better than anywhere else. And it's a show for you guys, so I think that's important. But let's talk about the power rankings. Let me not beat up on other shows and other podcasts anymore. So as always, we start with Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report has got us in the top 10. The Milwaukee Brewers at 52 and 42. So before today, obviously, it was ranked. Previous rank was 11. Now we are up all the way to 7. The Brewers played the Cincinnati Reds on both ends of the All-Star break. Went 5-1 against them. Went 5-1 against them to move back into first place in the NL Central race. With the front office finally make a push to improve the trade deadline, with Rowdy Tellez and Brian Anderson injured, The team is sorely lacking impact bats outside of Christian Yelich, Willy Adames, and William Contreras. So that brings me to the question, is now the time? There's been a lot of articles. I actually saw a couple articles today. I didn't fully get the opportunity to finish said articles, but I think one of the things is, now is the time. Let's push the button. If Woodruff comes back healthy, we've got some guys here that have kind of picked up in his absence, i.e. Colin Ray and Julio Teheran. I think this team is one to be reckoned with. And with the addition of a bat or two, I think minimum 2 bats. But I don't know. We'll see. So is it time to push that button? I say yes. I think it's always time to push the button. I think you strike while the iron's hot, and this is our division to hold and take over. So Fox Sports also has us up there. So Fox Sports got us all the way up at number 9. The month of July seems to have done wonders for the Brewers, who are suddenly back to doing what they do best, just winning games, whatever it takes. They now won 3 of the last 4 series and have won them in entirely different ways. So we had to bail out the pitching and score 24 runs against the Pirates. Last 2 series, both against the Cincinnati Reds, we had the pitching deliver, and we had to score 13 runs in the series before, and then a total of 8 runs in the sweep. So again, positives all the way across the board on the reports. Then we go over to buddies at USA Today. USA Today has got us at number 11, a statement sweep to start the second half. God, I love that. I'd love to hear that. Did we do ESPN? I don't know if we did ESPN. I don't think we did. Let's talk about it. Oh, they don't like us as much. They got us up 1 spot to 14. Is this the updated one? Oh, this is July 6th. Never mind. Let's not look at that one. That's not updated. Each one updates on a different day. Most of them are the same days. So, again, the power rankings don't mean all that much in the grand scheme of things because they look at right now. But right now is important. Where's this team been in the last 2 weeks? We've won some series and we've won some games. And that's important, guys. That's super important to this team right now. I'm going to look at some trade scenarios. I think we'll do send me some in the comments or DM me with your trade scenarios, and I can rate them live on the show. And I'm going to give up some different scenarios. I'm going to break down some different things that I like. That'll be coming in the next few days. Probably I think I might do a couple shorts. So what I'll do is I'll do some short form where I talk specifically about just different things, maybe 5-10 minute videos, and then we'll bust it all into a long trade special by the end of the week. But send me this week by Friday. Send me your ideas, and we'll put them all together. Okay. As always, guys, thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. You have a great rest of your night, and go Brewers. Let's get them tomorrow, guys. Get them tomorrow.